Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Naomi Root and this is my testimony. So today we're going to talk about a little family. In this next part of my journey, I was moved from, my mom had just died and I moved and I went to help my brother and at the time, again, my mom had passed away and he was in, didn't make amends with her. They had got on an argument and she passed away before he could apologize or make amends. And so that, made him want to drink, more. And, so that part, I was, again, not healed. And, I would help him, and I would feel sorry. And, at the time he was going through something with his ex, and they both had lost their mothers a year apart, and so there was a lot, and so I came in and just tried to help. Again, in my mind, I was serving, and yeah, and so there was just a lot of mental abuse. Anyways, I would just help back and forth and just try to cheer them up, and just do things, whether it's diapers, whether it's babysitting, whether it's, I would just always be the rescue, always just there, and so anyways, there was moments where I would help him, whether it's, there's a moment before, and I would work hard, and I would work 80 hours a week, and I would pay his, half of his bills at the time, and I would just always be doing different things, not just that, but like pouring into them and telling them it's gonna be okay, and like, or just lots of things or whatever they're going through, and helping his ex, and just but at the same time, my brother would say, like, I'm a grown man and I'm just, like, and and then he would just call me names at the time, and it's mostly when he was drinking, and not in a clear mind, and just be really cruel to me, and I cried a lot, and I want every time that you see me cry in here is because of how proud I am and how far I've come in my life. And so I want to share that, those tears that I do have. We'll see how my heart feels when I speak about those, but and because I've come so far, and I can't wait to share, more of the, healing part, and share what God is doing and what's done, and since I've healed, and but anyways, yeah, so just, let me go, just to irritate, like, so, and again, just showing up for everybody, showing up, doing what I can, being treated like I didn't matter, and at that time I didn't think nothing of it, you guys. I was just happy, you know what I mean? Like I was just happy, you know what I mean? I was always joyful, you know what I mean? And I remember that, like looking back, even since a child, and I was just always joyful, you know what I mean? I always had the joy, and I think that's what it was, is, you know, my calling, that I had the joy, you know, and but anyways, and just you know, and again, just trying to help him. I've had I've had to call the cops a couple times, and but I loved, you know, and I just, my heart, you know, and there's a lot to say about the heart, you know, and so anyways, and that went on, you know, and I was just helping him through my journey until, you know, I broke in that cycle. But yeah, a lot of tears, you know, and I mean, just I did so much, you know, and it's like when my mom passed away, I felt this burden to take care of them, you know, and mentally I was put down. I would go do something, I would drop everything I would do, birthday presents, food, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Like hospitals come a couple times, and then 1 in the morning they'll call me and I'll go pick them up, and you know, and so and I would just like, you know, not really just try to love him, you know, and in the beginning, you know, and I always had this mindset, I'm gonna be okay, you know what I mean? Like, and I would just put myself aside, you know, and so anyway, so that was a little yeah, for years, you know, and I was just talking to my friend, and she remembers that, you know, and I'm like, and it's crazy, and again, she looked back too, and she even told me, and I'm like, as we talk more later, you guys, I want to talk about more of the healed version and what God taught me through this, you know, and so, but I couldn't see, you know, and I wasn't, and I feel like sometimes, you guys, if you see me cry, it's like I'm crying for that person that didn't get validation, that person that old me, that was not loved, appreciated, respected. I think sometimes I cry for her, you know what I mean? And like out of body experience, you know, and looking back, and it's like I feel sad for her, that version of me, you know, and I look back and like no one, and this is just one of the stories, all these things that I'm sharing with you is no one was protecting her, no one was taking care of her, no one is pouring into her, no one was loving her. And it really is like Cinderella, you know what I mean? Like I really was that person. I was just like, Naomi, 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 you know what I mean? Like, and I would just be, I was so happy with you guys. Like, my spirit was just so happy, though, you know what I mean? And sure, I could do this, or you know, let me pull this out, you know. And I would always take for myself, you know what I mean? And just do for others, you know what I mean? Like, and I was cheerful about it, you know what I mean? I don't know, made me excited to give, you know, and which is okay, but when it's not being reciprocated back, that's not okay. And then you're being abused on top of it, that's not okay. That's not okay. That was not okay. And this is the process that I've been through these last 15 years of all the shadow work, you know. It's like looking at that old version of me and being that counselor for her, you know, like, and being that, you know, being this person for that old version, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, because you're the only one there, you know, and for yourself, you know, and then there's a point, you guys, maybe I should do that. There's a point too where you love, but there's a cut-off point too that God taught me. And when people don't change, you know, and you love them, I don't care if they're family, friends, relationships, and you love them so much, but sometimes your love is actually stopping what God is trying to do in their life, is actually hindering them, you know. And this is what he taught me throughout my process, is that how can God do what he needs to do in people's life when you're coming to the rescue every 5 seconds or every 10 seconds or every hour or whatever it may be, you know. And this was me, you know, is, oh, it's okay, oh my God, this is happening, and I would come in the middle of his situations, or I was always trying to rescue, and just a lot of things, you know what I mean, that was going on. And or when back in the day when his drinking and stuff, and I've seen a lot, you know, and I loved a lot, and but again, I look back and no one was showing up for me, you know. And I always brush myself off, you guys. I've always been the person that gets up since the day one, since I was young, working 2 jobs, brush my shoulders off, you know what I mean? Never the victim. I was always the blessing. This is my mindset. I was like, it's okay, you know what I mean? I'll do this. I always had that mindset, you know what I mean? That's gonna be okay. And I get up and you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be okay, you know. And so and I love, no matter what, I loved everybody in my journey, but there's a cutoff point, to the point where abuse is abuse, and where, you know, as a vessel of God's, I was being abused. You know what I mean? There was a difference between, you know, you helping and thank you and, yeah, no problem, you know what I mean? Versus having what is that called, entitlement, okay? And that's what I felt. They felt entitled, you know what I mean? And I'll share more again. No. And this is where, you know, like whether it's toxic, NPD, narcissistic personality disorder, toxic, whatever it may be, it's not okay, you know? And God had to teach me. And again, as I shared these last 3 years, God has given me a huge breakthrough, and we'll share my other stories. And there's like a story before this last 3 years. It's just a cherry on top of everything I've been through, you know? And yeah, I just want to say, you know, just want to share that. And can't think anything else, Lord. But yeah, I wanted to share about that family, you know. And then I had another brother that I loved and I prayed for, and he is serving God and he's saved. And I would just call him too. He was at that time doing drugs, and after my mom, he just, you know, and drinking, and, you know, and didn't know where he was, you know. And I remember, you guys, this is how powerful faith is, you know. And I'll believe, and then I'll get a call, and then I'll get, you know, whatever, and then I'll hear another thing, you know what I mean, and then another good thing, and then another thing, you know what I mean. And I would just keep believing. Then I would keep doing action, believe, action, you know what I mean. And but now I have really strong boundaries, you guys. And these last, and I was gonna share these last, no, I don't want to go into that. Yeah, we'll show that in the next video. But yeah, that's just a little bit of the family, you know. And it's funny because I got jokes now, you know what I mean? Because one of my brother, oh my God, I can't stop laughing, you know. I just had a laugh. But, and, you know, just like this point, you know, you snap like these last years, like, and it was just like, the last 6 months, and now it's like it'll send me messages or whatever, you know what I mean, like, you don't love me, you're not there for me, and da da da, you're so Christian, and da da da. Don't you love that card? And I'm sitting here like, because I set up boundaries, because I'm telling you, this last 3 years, like, just for choosing me, I'm telling you guys what. Okay, I got so much to share. And I'm sitting here like, I love this new me. Yes, I choose me. And it's like, they don't look at all the things that I've done. That just blows my mind, huh? Like how much, not one thing. And I'm just like, it's okay, you know? Everything I do I do it for the Lord, you know. And there's moments I have had with my brother, you know, and he's gotten deep with me, you know, and but it gotta change, you know, and so I just keep praying and believing, and I help when I feel like I can, when I help now, you know what I mean? That's the difference, you know. And if my cup is full and I'm doing good and, you know, I'm healthy and all that stuff like that, then I will be like, okay, I could do that, you know what I mean? But not unless I am full, not unless my cup is full, not unless I'm doing okay now, or whatever the circumstances is, you know what I mean? I grew up, again, around a lot of alcoholics, and I will not be around that. So there's a lot of different cases, you know what I mean? And before, I would do it all the time, you know what I mean? For family members, people, you know, and I'll just get treated like crap, you know what I mean? And I said, no more. I'm not going to do that for you. I'm not buying that for you. Nope. They don't get pissed, and I'll be like, oh well. But anyways, nope. Those are my boundaries. You know what I mean? Nope. If you're gonna connect with me, you're gonna connect with me healthy, with a mindful. That's the person I want. I don't want that sin. I don't want that version of you. Right? That's not who you are. That's not who I know. I want the clear version of my brother or whoever. You know what I mean? That version is a spirit. There's spirits attached to people. I don't know that person. I don't know that intoxicated person. Nope. That's not my brother. And that's not my sister. And that's not my dad. And that's not my friend. I'm very fond of it. And I've healed so much, you know what I mean? Like, and I used to drink and stuff like that. And I've healed so much, I don't even want to be around it, you know? And, I've had a lot of bad memories around it, you know what I mean? And so I want nothing to do with that, you know? And during my process, I would hate it, you guys. Like, I would hate it, you know? And it's been a little while, you know? But yeah. So those were my boundaries, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not healthy, you're not mindful, you're not in your normal mindset or anything like that, I'm not going around you. Because before, the unhealed version of me would allow that. And then be allowed to be treated whatever, you know what I mean? Be treated disrespectfully. So I just want to say God bless you, and just a little family, you know, recap of what I been through. I was what we call an enabler, and what he taught me through this is that no matter what it was, you know what I mean, I was enabling them to continue treating me that way, or to continue their addiction, or whatever it may be, right? And I may at the time thought I was loving them, but I was actually enabling them, you know. And so this is what he's taught me, you know, now, is sometimes, again, God will remove, you know what I mean, like, to tell you not to do that or help them, right? Because he's trying to teach them something, you know what I mean? And so when we come in, we're like, oh, here, we're rescued, we're trained to be God, you know what I mean? And God's like, and I've been scolded by this from the Lord, okay? Many times in many situations, we'll speak on here. But, and, yeah, and so it just allows them to continue, you know what I mean? Like, whether it's them treating you bad, or addictions, or anything like that, you're enabling them to continue doing that. And so, and until you stop, you know, that's what he told me, until I stopped and healed, it was a whole nother story, guys. And so I just wanted to add this. I think I forgot that in the video. And yes, bye.